What up? What up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is WTF Wednesday. How everybody doing out there? We're gonna just touch on a little few things tonight. There ain't really too much news going on. The past few days, everything kind of went stale and stagnant. Of course it did. You know, just like the Epstein files, and nobody's talking about Minneapolis or any of that horseshit either. The new big thing, I guess now everybody having a fit about is the State of the Union address. I did not watch it because I don't give a fuck who's president. That's some boring shit. But I did see some commentaries on it that I thought was pretty fucking hilarious, and I think a lot of the Democrats are ignorant. And we're gonna discuss the new Cracker Palooza. Everybody was having a fit on Super Bowl day because the TPUSA had their own little Super Bowl show, and you know, if they didn't want to watch Bad Bunny, well, I guess the Democrats had a little their state of the it was called the State of the Swamp show, and motherfuckers was dressed up like frogs and shit like that. Man, just ridiculous. So with that being said, we're gonna just bring everybody in the house up. We got Dino the Genetic Marvel, Dan D.D. Smith, and always the great fucking producer that he is, Greg's in the motherfucking house.
Hi, everybody.
What up, Greg?
I need to make a new intro song. I know I say that all the time, but I really need to. I'm getting tired of that one.
I mean, we had that one for a little while.
Yeah, we need a new intro song for motherfucking Monday. And we need an intro song for our movie night, because every time I hear Dino burp, I hear reminiscence of Cole. Like every time you hear that, I try to have a relationship with my mother, but she fucking sucks.
She sucks. I mean,
I hear it as soon as he burps. Like they ruined Dino's burp.
Yeah, it's called branding. And I'm all for it, sir. That's fine.
The burp is tainted. It's tainted.
Why are you trying to ban Marco?
Who's trying to ban me?
Somebody should have banned him like 30 years ago, so he wouldn't have 12 kids.
Oh yeah, that's fair. But who's trying to ban him?
Yeah,
you were trying to ban him. B-A-N-D, ban. Like rubber.
Who said brand?
Banned.
Take out your ear.
Banned. B-A-N-D.
I like the comic from Mythic Blunt saying, I bet these dudes have massive farts. You have no idea, bro. I could turn this shit into a hazmat situation. And they're not even the same house.
Yeah,
Fine.
You know what? I've gotten to the age where I don't trust farts anymore. I'll hold them and try to make a burp before I fart. You know,
okay, PSA, don't do that. Anyone do that. Don't ever do that. It is super dangerous. Mythic Blunt is $20. You can send me $20 at Dino the Genetic Marvel. Happily, I'll take it. But I'll send you
Upside Down Studios.
Yeah. Whoever you want.
Right.
So Dan, why are you blacked out like you're an informant or something? Are you in some kind of file or something?
He's the one that keeps cutting your internet.
Are you the fucking mole?
I'm in the Epstein file.
He's just in one. He's in the file that says there's some handicapped dude who keeps asking me for a Make-A-Wish over here, and I don't do that.
Can you imagine? All this time, and it was Dan who's on the fucking. It just says anus face. Just you're like, we knew it.
Just one page. One sentence, one line.
Dan was literally kicking it just on the beach. It was like, we'll pull you up on the beach. You can get off for a quick second, touch the water, get the fuck back on.
No, it was like Danny DeVito. I was there for the scuba diving. I don't know what happened with them kids. I was just here for the scuba diving. It's fine. Just ridiculous.
Yeah. So, any of you guys even see or hear about the State of the Union address?
I watched it.
I saw a video of people getting interviewed the day before the State of the Union, and they all had opinions, which I thought was very funny because they're clearly retarded.
I actually watched it. At least I missed like maybe the first 10, 15 minutes. But then I watched that and the commentary after that even.
Did they show Al Green getting escorted out?
That was before I started watching. So it had been within the first 10, 15 minutes of it.
Oh, so he was just fucking up off the I don't understand why, like, each and every one of these fucking speeches, he gets escorted out. That's branding. That's branding right there. Like, every fucking time he comes in there like he's some 8-foot tall old fucking dude with the fucking cane, and he spouts out some racist bullshit in the middle of, a serious moment, and he gets kicked the fuck out. Like, I don't understand.
I did notice I can walk better than him.
Yes, you can. Especially when you take down half a fucking vial of vape.
Let's not do that today.
But then apparently, like, and I've seen it, like, Elon Omar, when Trump was talking about immigration or whatever.
Oh,
and
she's such a fucking idiot.
When he called the fucking Somalis pirates, like the Somalis in Minnesota pirates. Oh, dude, I fucking lost it.
I saw an edit of somebody. It shows her having like no hair and putting on a pirate's cap while he's talking. It's pretty good, bro. I was like, yeah, that seems accurate.
I guess she was screaming and shit, and she called him a liar and a murderer and whatever. And
you killed Americans is what she was saying.
And she fucking now there was somebody posted about it. I seen it was like a news thing. And there was people trying to defend her, saying, well, there was another lady with her that got arrested. And everybody was defending Elon Omar and saying that, no, that was Rashida Tlaib next to her and nothing happened. You guys are all full of shit. Well, now, as we were setting up for this fucking show, I see the headline of The Guardian. Elon Omar guest arrested for standing at Trump's State of the Union address. So, like, what are we doing, media? What the fuck are we doing? Like, you try to fucking, have a debate or a discussion with somebody, and it's, oh, you can't use citizen media, and you don't know what the fuck they're putting up. Bitch, are you seeing what the fuck they're putting out in the real news? Like, this is like hours later. 1 minute it's Rashida Tlaib. Now, oh no, there was a guest with her. Yeah, we know, motherfucker. We saw it.
You know, it's not politically correct to say illegal anymore. You say non-American.
I don't give a fuck.
Not really. I just made that up.
It's politically illegal to say Sand Smurf.
Okay, so hold on. Let's take bets. So he just said you can't. What did you say? You can't call them illegal. You have to call them un-American, right?
Yes.
So it is 9:00 on Wednesday. How long do you think until somebody comes up with that shit? Because we've notoriously been ahead of the game. We've discussed things, and then 3 days later it fucking shows up. So we're gonna take a vote in the next couple of weeks. Someone's gonna be like, you can't call them illegals anymore. You have to call them as non-American residents.
Non-American residents. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Brandon,
some dumb. You all right there, bro? You just slobbered all over yourself.
It's like they don't have enough cock in their mouth in the first place. They gotta put more words in their mouth.
Yes. Perfect crossover.
Yep. That was kind of gross.
That was really gross, bro. And it just happened. I'm like, are you okay? Did you have a stroke? What just happened? You just leaned forward and it's like,
no, dude, like I coughed a little bit and it just like, see, that's just like, it's like you can't trust your ass. You can't trust the holes when you get around 50.
That's
you don't know
actual.
what's coming out of either end, man.
No shit.
Listen, do your low Kegels and your top Kegels, everyone. It'll make a difference in your life.
Looks, so you notice Greg coughed and he looked at his hand.
Yeah,
I'm
just
working
in
on
case.
right now as you talk.
Hey, the rest of us are hidden behind our mics for a reason, just in case the same thing happens.
Right.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Oh, great.
So,
yeah.
what else I noticed though? I mean, I can understand if you don't fucking like what he's saying or whatever, then you ain't got to clap. You ain't got to. You just sit there, have a little fucking class to you, be respectful, or whatever. But these motherfuckers, like he was calling out, like giving credit to some of the families of people who were killed in the line of duty. He was giving, award Medal of Honor awards. He was given. He gave one. I think it was a firefighter or some kind of rescuer kid who went in and saved like 150 fucking people, or some outrageous number. He gave him an award.
I don't know
or whatever.
what that was, but
You know what I'm talking about?
he gave an award to the kid that survived that was patrolling DC. The what do you call the National Guardsman that was there with the woman that actually got killed. Her parents were there. The kid got an award that survived. Got a Purple Heart.
The kid got the Purple Heart? What did he do?
He got shot in
DC. I was going to make a joke. You just made it really horrible. Thanks a lot, Dad.
I'm explaining what happened. Jesus Christ, because I watched it.
Okay, Papa.
No, fuck off, you little cocksucker. Anyway, there was a 100-year-old dude that got a Congressional Medal of Honor.
And now, mind you, this is just something that any normal fucking person. Has nothing political to do with it. You would get up and clap, give the man his fucking dues, give them kids their dues.
For a 100-year-old dude that was in World War II, that I don't know. There's some story about. You'd have to look it up.
Yeah, either way, the whole point of what I'm saying is not one of these cocksuckers until the end. Like Trump called them all out. He was like, "That's a damn shame you guys won't get up and clap for these people." And then he's like, he did, dude, one of the fucking greatest things. And for anybody who watched that shit and to still fucking be on the side, you ain't gotta like Trump. You ain't even gotta come over to the fucking right side, but to still be on the left side, you are a piece of shit, dude. He was like, I'm gonna prove to America how things work here. I'm paraphrasing, but he says, if you love America and you believe America should be first before any illegals or any other country, stand up and cheer. And you see all the fucking conservatives and everything stand up. Not one. Well, I take that back. Fetterman stood up. Fucking Fetterman stood up.
He walks like I do.
Only fucking Democrat to fucking stand up, dude. I'm like, this right here, this proves it. This proves that they would rather put illegals in front of the fucking Americans. I mean, they just, it was blatant. Like he came out and just blatantly said it, dude.
He was baiting them so hard, though.
I would really too. Fuck him. No, you ain't coming to my speech and fucking it up.
But at the same time, I know how I am. If you're gonna bait me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, fuck you. I ain't doing shit. Until you step into my personal space, I ain't paying shit attention to you for nothing. There's people on their phone. I'm not gonna egg on the situation.
There was a few of them asleep. They panned on them and somebody waking them up because the camera was on them.
You know what? I don't knock people falling asleep during that time. I don't knock people being on their phone during that time because let's be honest, who gives a shit? But I do knock if you aren't going to toe the line. Like you can, no one has a point of pride where they're like, I respect Donald Trump. You're an idiot, okay? But not respecting the office, not respecting the fact that you are all part of the government of a single country, just get the fuck out. Like that, from my perspective, okay, I would be like, you're a treasonous person. You're a bad person. Like,
Sent
That's it.
Ilhan Omar back to fucking Somalia with a can
Yeah,
of
apparently, here's something I
can of
found out
fucking
about that cunt today. Her dad, I guess, because they always make her look like she came from this poor Somali, like she was one of them click clack girls with fucking the fat white lady, and they were feeding that I will remember. Do you remember that shit? You could feed a fucking Somali kid for fucking 4 cents a day or some shit like that. Yeah, she
For the
was
price of
supposed
a cup of coffee, you could change their lives. Yeah.
Yeah, she was one of them type of people. Supposedly, she was brought over by UNICEF or where. Nah, that little bitch wasn't poor. That little bitch wasn't, some little victim out there. She was a fucking Somali fucking soldier, and her dad, I guess, created one of the biggest genocides that there ever was over that way.
So it's not just
And
that
she
her family
married
used,
her brother to get him over here illegally.
hey, her
coming
family
soon
used to
city
be in
in
power.
Minnesota.
No, but her family used to be in power in Somalia, and they were ousted because they were Marxists. So in other words, like, bro, the sketchiest, most corrupt, dodgiest country on the planet, okay, was like, hey, you guys are trouble. You need to get the fuck out. And we're like, hey, she should be in office. That's insane.
Dude, and like I said, the portrayal of she was they made this woman seem like she was literally starving Marvin, and the South Park kids fucking bought her and brought her over here.
Just like the chick from Detroit, she looks like she's starving too, right?
Hey, he was a colonel in the Somali army and served in the Ogden War. He also worked as a teacher and trainer. That's they came, they were ousted. Her family gained asylum to the U.S., arrived in New York, and so on and so on and so on.
How old was she when she came to New York? I'm curious.
It was 1995. So let's see. She was born. She was born in 82, so she was 13.
She's 48 now. No,
she's 43.
No,
she's 43.
No,
she was born 1982. Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Say 11.
No, she was she came in 95. She was born in 82. So she was like 13.
So yeah, she was military age. Because they showed her on top of the back of a Jeep with a fucking an AK, dude.
If her dad was a colonel, then she would have been if not involved, she would have had access to that stuff.
Yeah.
Even like, let's be honest, a 13-year-old girl, I'm gonna pose with the gun in the truck, it'd be fucking cool. I'm putting it on my Instagram. Dumb bitches, right? That's fine.
There was an Instagram in 90.
Actually, for her, it would have been click, 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 and that in Instagram, and that's how it would have. Yeah.
Oh my god.
With my brother, my lover. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Brother lover. I'm surprised nobody made that song yet, Mr. Brother Lava.
Oh.
I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah, so apparently they had this, and I've just seen a couple clips here and there from the State of the Swamp thing, and I'm gonna say I'm offended from that for them portraying they look like they were in Coqui Frogs like outfits.
Who's that blonde bitch?
Those are the frogs from fucking Puerto Rico, and fuck you guys. Don't be using my frogs on your fucking political horse shit. That's racist. I'm calling racist. I'm calling racist because they use Coqui Frogs to be on stage. And then they had some kind of fucking, I don't know, they have folk singers or whatever. Mark, I'm surprised Pedro Pascal wasn't there. He could have been. I don't know. But I know Mark Ruffalo was. And fuck you. You are a terrible Hulk. And you're a better gay person in that fucking gay movie you were in. You got European cigarette.
What was he gay in? He was a little gay in the Hulk. I'll give you that.
I think it was called In the Cut, maybe. I don't know. I know I woke up one day and he was doing booty things. When I was like, this is what the heck? That's the Hulk.
Hey, when you leave your TV on in the middle of the night, you wake up 4:00 in the morning and you realize you're watching gay porn, and Marco's like, "No, it was on. It was an accident." Yeah, all right,
Dude,
whatever.
some of the things that I have woken up to, dude, I could have fucking adopted Sharia law the other day out of nowhere, dude. Like, and I was like, you ever just in a dream or in your sleep, you know something ain't right. Just something that it's like seeing a toilet in your dream. You know not to fucking go to that toilet. And if you don't, I'm letting you know now, it's a setup. Don't go to the toilet.
It's a trap. Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh no, like a weird vibe. And finally I like woke up around 4:00 in the morning, and I don't know how, but it was Mecca. You know, it was like a live stream of fucking Mecca, and everybody on their fucking beach towels doing their fucking, you know, hail to the chief or whatever the fuck they do. You know, pointing left and all that horse shit, and then they got the fucking loudspeakers and yeah.
So they were doing the Macarena.
They were doing something.
Hey,
That's
you
just
know
what
that
you explained to me. It sounded like.
In parts of Ireland and the UK, they've been when they hear those sounds of the people on the mics with the starting, guys will start playing bagpipes, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah!
Oh! Here's some new news too that I've noticed isn't hitting the fucking the media waves just yet.
All right,
A certain star people have been kicked out of another country.
oh,
Fucking Cuba. Fucking so this is 110 countries now. Just counting. But that's just like, dude, that's just like the Somalis telling Elon to get out. The Cubans told the Star Smurfs to get out.
odd, right? Listen, and you know what? Like, I think we should go on the record and be like, we don't know anything. We're all idiots, right? One of us knows about cars. Some of us know about other things. I know about like finance and stuff, but none of us are actually smart. Okay. But the fact is,
allegedly sign put up.
Yeah, we should probably put the allegedly thing up as a put it as a ticker. So all of our names stay though. No, the other one. So switch it with What the Fuck Wednesday with Marco. That right there. Because otherwise then all of our names disappear.
Yeah,
there you go. Perfect. Greg, you are a wizard. See, one of us, but two of us are wizards. But regardless, it's more so that wizard. No. Why do you know what? Anus face? Why don't you go fucking suck on a lemon upside down? Go lemon from both ends. It's fine. But yeah, like, hey, why would you kick out a certain type of people that, let's be honest, if we listen to the news, they're America's greatest ally. They've been persecuted for thousands of years, yet they keep getting kicked out of places. That doesn't, what are we missing? Right? Like, we're not fucking scientists here, but you're saying going, listen, if you get kicked out of 110 places, maybe you up to no good. You know, like just maybe the star people were the people that were messing around in Philadelphia when Will Smith had to leave and go to Bel Air.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. I feel like Uncle Phil worked for the star people.
I have another theory on that. I mean,
go for it.
Look at Marco. He's a perfect example of that. There's a lot of places that can't stand him, but he's a fucking good comic. That's because they're that ass hurt. Now, is that the way everybody feels about Israel? Or is this just completely something different?
But they don't kick Marco out and say, you can never return here. You and anyone associated with you.
I've been told that a couple times.
Okay. If you were told, okay, let's be honest. If you were told that 110 times, this would be an intervention. Be like, hey, man,
yeah. It ain't.
I think you got to pick another range.
Me and you, it's something's about me. Just like like the women who all have the toxic boyfriends. If you've been with fucking 20 dudes and all 20 of them were toxic, maybe you're the problem.
Yeah. FYI, you're a whore. You're for the streets. But like, no,
Gotta
but
make
that's
money
it's
somehow.
so weird. So Cuba, of all places, Cuba ousted.
The star people. Yep.
How does Cuba have the authority to kick anybody out of there at all?
Oh, because they're still a country.
Yeah,
are
they're
still
still
a
a country, and they're still like a dictatorship. If they could, they're lucky if they don't start mass slaughtering them people. And apparently, Japan has put down. I didn't look into it just yet. I just seen the headline, but Japan has now started and implemented the harshest immigration enforcement in the world.
I can't wait to go. I want to visit. It'll be beautiful, bro. No fucking weirdos causing problems, bro. Hey, they're respectful, but they also have vending machines with ladies' underwear in it. Okay, this is an experience, and the best part is, if they're not letting in any weirdos, you can go and make fun of people who go and buy underwear at vending machines. I mean, listen, that's an opportunity. Okay, it's
Oh, so when it's flooded with weirdos, then it's just like, it's just another weirdo buying panties. But when there's no
well, no,
weirdos,
but
look at the Asian buying panties.
exactly. So the weirdos will grab them, open them, and like put it on their head and be like, and you're like, that's weird. Okay, that is too far. What?
They're used?
Yeah, they're used. Exactly. Whereas a polite Japanese businessman who's buying used panties for his evening escapades, he buys it and then tucks it into his briefcase like a responsible fucking adult. Okay, I'm just saying. And then I could poke fun at that. If the guy puts it on his head and starts smelling it, I can't make fun of that. That guy's out to lunch. Like, I have no choice, right? Yeah, I don't want to touch that guy. That guy, that's how you get herpes. Or at least gonorrhea.
You get hurt like right down the center of your forehead and around this one. You just have, you can see the fucking butt cheek marks where the herpes are on top of your head.
Oh man. Hey, I'm trying to Google if Jews were kicked out of Cuba, and nowhere is it coming up. Like nowhere.
Let's see.
Jews kicked out of where?
Cuba. Out of Spain. The first thing says Jews kicked out of Spain, 1492.
Yeah. And suddenly they had an entire golden era as soon as the Jews were kicked out of Spain, eh? Very
the
funny.
only thing I have is in 1959.
Yeah.
They fled. They weren't kicked out, but they left on their own accord.
See, I see things Cubans to demand an end to Israeli genocide and war in Gaza, but it's not coming out. Interesting. It's very, very odd. Because you know what? I'm not saying that you're wrong, Marco. It's more I'm
not even seeing the Jews getting kicked out anywhere. I'm seeing Cuban history and Nazis and shit.
Yeah.
As of 2025, about 16 to 25 countries, mostly Middle East and Asia, do not recognize Israeli passports or refuse entry to Israeli citizens, including countries like Iran, Iraq, Libya, Syria, and Yemen. They don't have a full list.
No,
yeah, so we just gotta.
Okay, so look, way at the bottom, and I'm not sure how. Let me see how old this is. This says publication date June 6, 1939. The fuck?
That's when they were when they turned away.
It says.
Hey, Greg, your mic is.
I hate this shit. Anyway, can you hear me now?
Barred from Barred.
Okay. As soon as you're more than 6 inches away, it's like it's Robot Greg. It's Robot Greg from the future.
All right, so the one that I got in 1939 is the Cuban government turned away a ship carrying 900 Jewish refugees from fleeing from Germany.
This is all.
That's the only thing I got.
1306, 1492, 1497.
Hold on, I might have found something. Oh, So there was apparently there's a travel warning for Jews to go to Cuba, is what it seems, because there's a article in the Canadian Jewish News that says lucky Jewish Canadians back from Cuba before travel warning scrapped flights. Jewish aid mission from Toronto said shelves are bare. Oh, but they're going on how they're like, they were here to help the Cuban people and they were told to leave. Yeah.
They were there to raid their banks.
You know what? The more and more I'm learning about the history and shit, just like, the funny painter. I haven't looked into Gaddafi, but I hear we were lied a lot about Gaddafi too. Like a whole lot. Like a lot.
Yeah. Do you remember how crazy it was?
Yeah, dude. And then like Putin, we all know Putin's a savage. We all knew he was KGB. So we ain't gonna put that past him. But as far as his policies and as far as his thinking goes and shit like that, if you look at it, like the only thing I'm not real cool.
And he froze. Damn.
Wow, I thought it was me. All right.
We've talked a lot of shit, and I'm interesting that as soon as he brought up Putin, that it shut him down. Interesting. I mean, that is fair. I feel like there's
He's talking about
the
fart.
weird. I mean, look at his face. He looks like he's ready to fart out of his mouth. Just or it's just gonna be a whole bunch of slobber just coming down, which will also be funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that, like, I don't know, because you guys are have been under the assumption. I don't think so now, but over the years, the assumption was that there was no propaganda in the United States. That's where you got the truth, correct? Dan?
Wait, say that again.
In the States, it was viewed that you guys didn't use propaganda, that it was you just got the truth of stuff, right? No, not now. Clearly, now it's been off the rails for probably 20 years. Back in the day, let's say 80s, 90s.
Well, that
hey, welcome back.
Yeah, totally have to switch up the topic. Well, that hasn't happened in fucking ever.
We were discussing, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as we brought up the Star People and the different, I guess, people we may or may not have been lied to about. How about we say it that way?
Okay, so what I was asking these two was that, like, up in the 80s and 90s, the assumption was that the U.S. was not using propaganda, but you were just hearing information, right? Yeah. Like that was...
there was a thing passed, I think in the late 60s, maybe, that
right. You're not allowed to lie on the air. It's the
they were pretty much allowed to say what they wanted to say, but it wasn't as bad as it is now, because after whatever Obama passed, and they said that the fucking news could just fucking make stuff up.
See,
but things got real muddy. There was a propaganda machine though, like even in World War I, World War II. There was flyer drops and music and shit like the beginning of the Captain America movie where they wouldn't let him fight. They just had him go do stage things with the women dancing around and shit like that. That was all propaganda. Yeah. Now we were told that a lot of these other places were that we were burning. They were burning books and this and that, and we found out that here the books they were burning were not like U.S. propaganda or anything like that. It was actual like books like we're getting rid of today in America. We're not even going to talk about just the books that shouldn't be in the schools.
Like the newspaper? So I have some information here. Okay, so originally there was something called the Smith-Mundt Act, which was in 1948, and it originally prohibited the U.S. government from disseminating propaganda produced for foreign audiences directly to the American people, aimed at protecting citizens from domestic government lies. This was modified in 2012 allowing for domestic access to such content. Now, there was also something called the Fairness Doctrine, which was it was in 1987. Sorry, it was 1949 was made, and it compelled broadcasters to provide balanced, non-biased coverage of controversial topics. It required that if a station allowed a personal attack or took a political stand, the opposing side had to be given a chance to respond. In 1987, that the Fairness Doctrine was repealed, giving people the ability to give opinions. And then in 2012, when the Smith-Mundt Act was shut down, they can now just say whatever they want. Now it's just a propaganda machine. 100%.
So it was in the 80s, not the 60s.
Yeah. So it all happened after the war, because during World War II, there was a significant amount of propaganda, right? Like there was a lot. I even heard a story about there were instructions that they dropped in pamphlets on how to put stuff in your foreskin so that you could get a pass to not have to go to the draft. Then I remember they dropped.
What the fuck are y'all doing in Canada?
This wasn't Canada. We didn't do it. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
He's like, I ain't doing nothing. I still got my foreskin.
No, I think it was the English that did it. But then they also dropped, I think it might have been the Americans, was very large condoms, but had them labeled as small, and then just dropped them out of a fucking plane.
See, that's psychological warfare. That's like Nixon.
Yeah.
You know, that's like when they were just flying around fucking Vietnam with heavy metal music playing and shit.
Yeah. So, but then, we didn't hear about that kind of stuff, but also, those were the two.
I've never heard of propaganda coming from that way, but I've heard of the Americans' propaganda going out. Now, I know the Asians put out a lot of propaganda.
Yes. Yeah. So that's the funny thing is, and even in talking with people, they're like, oh, you can't watch the news. That's just propaganda. And you're like, then what do you do? They're like, well, there are ways. And you're like, and they just shut down the conversation completely, because the fact is that when, like, it's the same idea where, like in Russia, everything is perfect and Russia is the greatest place ever. Right. And that's the party line you have to toe. Otherwise you might be viewed as a problematic person. Right. And there was a time when those people were just disappeared. Right? That should happen.
Well, see, here's another thing on the whole Russia thing. Wait a second, Dan. I think you've met her. Greg knows who I'm talking about, but I have a friend in Russia. She's a comedian. And she shows, like the shit with the rainbow people getting swooped up, that's real. Yeah. But I mean, as far as the so-called devastation and the poverty and the slummage and all this that that's the image that we're giving here of Russia, except for the pretty funny looking house that looked like it came from the Sand People. What is that? The Kremlin? Is the Kremlin the one that the real fancy looks like a cathedral type deal?
No, it's not. It's the Red Square, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
That's the only pretty thing that we're actually told about Russia or whatever. But here, she sends pictures and does videos all the time. Fucking Russia's beautiful. She said, Dubai. We were told Dubai was fucking a gravel fucking driveway fucking years ago. She's in Dubai right now. That fucking place is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen she's been posting pictures in front of the Prada building in Dubai and shit like that. I'm like, wait a minute, this place is supposed to be covered in fucking bombs. What the hell?
Let me really fuck with you a little bit. Is that in Dubai? So you can leave. Hey, I've parked my car. I take my wallet, my keys, my cell phone. I put it on the hood, not dash, the hood of the car while I've just parked it, and I walk away. This guy does a video. The whole time he's videotaping, an hour, comes back to the car, everything's still there. Now, watch this. I think it was it may have been before the pandemic or just after the pandemic. But one of the Saudi princes goes, I'll say this in English, completely perfect English. He goes, they're like, we have translators. Like, no. I want to make sure you get it perfect. I said, We don't have a Muslim problem here. Okay. In the West, they have a Muslim problem. I'll tell you why is because people who are radicals aren't allowed to raise funds. They aren't allowed to congregate. They aren't allowed to raise money for their cause. Okay. But all of those people are now protected in North America and England and all of Europe. So they're doing what we don't let them do here over there. And they are nuts. And you're standing going, hold on. Because, and this begs the bit larger issue where it's like, hey, if you want to practice your religion, you should have the right to practice your religion. But why would you not immigrate to another Muslim country that respects your religion instead of coming somewhere that doesn't use your religion at all? That's weird, no?
Right.
And you're like, oh, you can't go to any other Muslim country? Oh, well, that's a weird. Hey, that's sounding like 109 countries you've been kicked out of. It might be you, bro. I'm just.
That's it. I mean, yeah. I hate to say it because I'm not for I believe I got my prejudices or whatever, but I hate everybody equally. But I mean, at this point, really, I mean, I'm not a fan of the Palestinians neither. But how about we just give the Star people that chunk of land? That give them a little bit, give them to the river, to the sea, whatever the fuck their little slogan is. Give them that piece. Make them all go there. And, you Palestinians or whoever the fuck you people are, there's a lot of sand. There's a lot of sand. Pick you a new piece of sand. I'm sure the rest of the world will be like, hey, here's your sand. Make sure there's a nice thick border. Put leave it up to Trump. He'll put gators and fucking sharks in the fucking moat. It'll be, let the Star people have their shit. Let them rule their own little land and keep the fuck out of the rest of the countries. At this point, that's the only thing I can say, man.
Well, the funny thing is that there are countries that are all around that area who, in public forums, people are like, oh, why don't you go to that country? And like Egypt is right next door, and Egypt's like, nope. And you're like, why? They're like, they're a nuisance people. We don't want them. And you're like, well, hold on. And they're talking about the Palestinians. So you're going, hold the fuck on. Okay. So now everyone's, and like the whole idea where they're like, oh, Palestine should be given peace. I agree. They shouldn't be suffering from war. But if nobody else wants them, that sounded a lot like 109 countries, boys. I'm just...
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then we can make it fair. We can even make it fucking, profitable. You take all the Star Smurfs, no weapons. You got to go old school. You got to go old school. Fucking pick up a stick or a rock or something. All the fucking the Sand Smurfs, same thing, same rules. You take out all the women, all the children. And you let all the fucking ones who want to go at it, you want to fight for your land, whoever that may the best fucking team win. Team Star, Team Sand. Whoever's at the end of it all, it's either a yarmulke or a turban, and problem solved.
Listen, I'd be all for that, but neither one of those groups is known for their adherence to rules. So
then honestly, I mean, then we got a third option. And I don't understand. Everybody says there's the nuclear option. We have so many other options. There's something called a hydrogen bomb that when they drop it, it sucks out all the air. Anything that consumes oxygen or air is gone. It leaves all the buildings. It leaves the oil. It leaves all the fucking, the sand. It leaves all that there. People gone bye-bye. Nice and easy. There's the problem. We ain't got to worry about heifers. We don't have to worry about chopped up babies. We don't got to worry about none of that. Put a McDonald's in the middle of it and a Walmart on each side and a Dollar General in between. Boom.
Oh, you know what? So, hey, you know what you do is you just drop a bunch of thermobaric weapons. That's it. Also known as a vacuum bomb. Just drops, sucks everything in.
Yeah. Those are the
just drop them every 15 feet. everything will be taken care of. It's fine.
No,
No
just
big
do it one central area. Gone.
You know what the only scary part about that is? Imagine if they drop it on the wrong spot and all of a sudden, like, Jesus comes out and he's like, "That's my fucking house, bro. That's it." You know, like it's like, "I was sleeping in there, you motherfucker," and just like all of a sudden,
Wake
like,
Jesus up.
I feel like that's the only way that, like, the only reason nobody's bombing them is because they're going, "Hey, what if you wake up like an angel that's under there?" Like, we don't know. There's all sorts of shit underground, right?
Well,
They just found tunnels from Turkey to fucking Ireland, bro. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Dude, like, if you mix in biblical stories or holy book stories, because it's not just in the Bible, it's, you know, in the Torah and in the fucking Quran, and a lot of these other books, you know, there's a lot of fucking shit buried under that sand. That sand, you know, that was a very fruitful region, and if you look into the Sumerian text, there was a war there, a nuclear war. It might have been something stronger than a nuclear war. That's why no vegetation could grow around there. But if you go biblical, it talks about there's supposed to be angels, the fallen angels. So these aren't good angels. Supposed to be buried under the Tigris and the Euphrates River. There's supposed to be angels under, I think, Mount Hermon. There's supposed to be angels under somewhere else. And these aren't the demons. These aren't the jinn, because the sand people say there's jinn out there too. I mean, so, and in the Vatican, no less, in the bottom of the Vatican, there's supposed to be a couple angels chained up under there. You know, so there's, if you want to go to them holy books, there's 300 angels that are unaccounted for.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Do you think that they're angels, like, just in human form, and they just have like an ankle shackle and they're just like chilling, watching YouTube? Do you think that's possible? Or do you think that they're like full on freaky deaky, like angels from the Bible, and they're like, you know, it's some freaky shit holding them in?
I feel like they were of a bigger stature. I would say they took the form of men, because there was, if you go into the Bible and biblical books, you know, up until recently, the angels were hermaphrodites. You know, the biggest sin when the angels came down to talk to the Nephilim is you laid down with the daughters of man the same way you laid down with us, and that's an abomination to the Lord. Well, if all the angels were guys and you just basically said you're going to hell for fucking a woman like you fuck us, then, I mean, technically God wasn't against the rainbow folks. He was against straight copulation.
Well, he was really against crossbreeding is what the issue is. But like,
he was a racist.
Yeah. But like, I think about that from the other side, where it's like, yeah, but like every time an angel approaches someone in the Bible, their first thing out of their mouth is like, "Don't be afraid, I'm not here to hurt you." Which you're kind of going like, that's kind of how I do things when I meet people for the first time, where I'm like, "Hey, I know there's murder face, but I'm just a normal person." And they're like, "Oh, okay, you're not a murderer." I'm like, "Well, I didn't say that, but you know,
see, you guys,
I'm not here to murder you."
Over here in the States, if somebody fucking, especially if your stature walks up on, "I'm not gonna hurt you." Whoa, where's my gun? This fucker's coming at me.
Yeah.
He's coming in hot.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it would be better to have, like, I would trust Dan with a shotgun limping towards me than you just walking all jolly saying, "I'm not gonna hurt you."
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Don't know.
I've had to walk down the street saying, "I'm just trying to get home. I'm not trying to stalk you." And they're like, "Okay." Like, thanks.
We believe you. 9-1.
Bro, I was like, "Ma'am, I'm just trying to get home. Would you like it if I cross the street?" She's like, "Would you mind?" I'm like, "No, there's no problem. I'm going that way. If you want, I can wait and you can go, or you can wait and I'll go, whatever you want." And they're like, "Could you wait here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll just have a smoke. No problem. It's fine." People get weird, bro. Because
people get real weird.
Yeah, well, especially if people have experience and they've been mugged before, or been in a concerning situation. I'm like, that's the same reason why I don't approach people in general. I'm like, yeah, because I've immediately cornered you. I don't want to have to deal with that shit. He cornered me. Did he? Was he just standing there? I don't know.
And then like if you look, like, because I've before I even looked into like any Sumerian text, or whatever, I kind of I had this thought since I first heard the story, because we always hear bits and pieces of the stories of the Watchers and whatever, and if you look into like paganism and Wiccan religions, they have the Guardians of the Watchtowers, which were pretty much the same thing. But if you look in this story, I mean, there were 200 fucking, we'll look at them as guys. There's just 200 guys that were sent down. You got to watch over everybody. You got to babysit. You can't keep your eye off of these folks, but you can't touch them. You can't integrate with them. You can't partake in anything they do. You just got to keep to yourself, and I'm going to leave you here. And after so many centuries of this, you're gonna tell me these guys are gonna be like, well, dude, man, I've seen a couple of them football games. I think it'd be cool. Or, man, that pizza smells fucking good. Or, hey, look at those titties. I ain't seen titties in fucking centuries. I mean, these fucking guys were forgotten about, and then they got cast into fucking damnation because they said, hey, fuck you, you forgot about me.
I mean, there's an argument to be made.
There's a story, and this is a weird thing. I think we've talked about this before. Mount Hermon is a weird place. Supposedly, Mount Hermon is where the angels fell. On top of Mount Hermon, there's a hotel. It looks like a hotel, but you can't figure. The only way you get up there is by a helicopter, and which I think is bullshit. I know there's got to be some kind of interior or whatever there, because why would
the
you?
Staff. That's how the staff get there. Staff ain't taking a helicopter. They take a donkey.
And they got different. Like, there's one picture that shows this like little type of like building or whatever. And then if you dig a little further, you can even take it inside, like a virtual tour of the fucking place. It's fucking gorgeous. Anyways, at the top of Mount Hermon, supposedly a while back, an archaeologist was up there and he found a stone or something, an obelisk or something, and written on it was the promise. Like, these angels took an oath with each other. They this was something that they all congregated together. They said either we're all doing this or none of us are doing this. So that was in my head. Yeah, we were forgotten about. You guys with me? I mean, we're going to just say fuck it and go about our business, or what? Now, that's all mythology. But that stone was found. Half of that stone, like the stone broke, bringing it back down. But half of that stone is on display in a museum somewhere. And now Mount Hermon is like you're not supposed to be able to get there, but you got the fucking this something on top of it. Crazy shit.
It's a UN position.
Well, no doubt, no doubt, it's a UN building.
It's called the Hermon Hotel.
Does it say anything about the stone?
Well, it says the stone findings are a 3rd century Greek inscription from a temple summit, warning against entering without an oath, likely related to Baal Hermon worship. Other discoveries include a Roman era limestone pillar, Neolithic tools, megalithic dolmens. Dolmens are large stone monuments are found in the western. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. What was the stone found? The pillar of rough gray stone restored from 2 joined fragments, preserving 8 lines of Greek inscription. The inscription is a warning not to enter the temple of Baal Hermon without taking the requisite oath. Pillar of rough gray stone broken into 2 pieces which fit together. Yeah. Sorry. It is my people. They wrote it. Remember, without us, you would have no words. You would all be talking like with hands. Okay?
These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon.
Greek pantheon.
These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon. These fuckers weren't your Greek pantheon You know, they left Mount Hermon and went to fucking Mount Olympus. Not very far away.
No. There's a lot. See, this is the weird thing is because there's so many similarities back and forth with every story that like I almost feel like, you know, the whole idea where vampires would have to change their identity every so often before people start realizing, and like you can't be married and stuff like that because people just don't last, right? And you don't age, right? So the same thing with Saint Germain, the alchemist. What they say is, yeah, he had to change his identity every so often, and stuff. So it's like the idea that deities changed their names depending on where the dominant society was kind of makes sense in that fashion, because they're like, well, we're not going to die, but we got to show up. So
here's one thing that I find very weird about what you just read. And it's this is the first time, like, I've heard of the deity, but never on that oath stone or having anything to do with Mount Hermon was Baal. And that name has been coming up a lot lately, especially with these files.
Yep.
And Baal had nothing ever to do with Mount Hermon. And now we have no idea what, you know, who knows? Greek inscriptions, if you look at it, it looks like fucking hieroglyphics, real Greek. So it could be, you know, that could have been angelic writing. I mean, I got fucking angelic writing tattooed on my stomach. I mean, I can
read you the inscription if you want.
Go ahead.
So it says the translation provided by the British Museum, where his house, so it's at the British Museum. It says, hence by order of the god, those who do not take the oath probably weren't allowed in the temple. Probably an oath before celebrating the mysteries of the temple on the summit of Mount Hermon, where this pillar was found. The god of Mount Hermon was Baal Hermon.
So they had orgy parties on the top of the mountain.
I don't know if it was an orgy party, but
when I heard at the summit of Mount Hermon, there's a cave. Supposedly, like, there was a lot of sacrifices and shit in there. Now, in there were like orgies and different deity worship on the bottom. But I've never heard of any of that shit up top. Like,
it's also been referred to as the gates of Hades. So weird.
That goes back to your people.
Yeah. Mount Hermon in Israel is called the gates of Hades. If you want, I can share my screen and I can show you what it looks like, because it really does look like that.
The cave, it looks like it has teeth.
Well, it looks like that's the cave, and that's the Mount Hermon in Israel. Why called the gates of Hades? That's what it is.
Yeah, I forget. I think it was Josh Gates maybe went there and did a little investigation, paranormal, whatever the fuck out there. Nothing really happened. Just like they did it with the fucking pyramids too. It was really
I don't know, man.
Did you know there's something else that, I mean, since we're kind of talking mystical and mythical and shit. Apparently back in I think it was somewhere maybe in the 80s, there was a guy who he wrote a book. He only made 5 copies of this book. And it was breaking down how magic is possible. And it has nothing to do with any kind of magical whatever the fuck's for God. It's all quantum physics.
Yeah.
And after he dropped these 5 books off to the bookstore, he was magically deleted. Yeah. And them books are scarce. Apparently you can't get a hold of the book. But he broke down like everything, you know, how chance and different shit just kind of work into play with the fabric of reality and quantum.
What's the book called?
Got me, man.
I'm not taping all that shit to try to figure out if a book comes up because of it. Fuck that. No.
Hey, that's how Dan eats at a restaurant. He's like, you chew it and drop it in my mouth. I'm not working for it. I already paid for it. So
fuck that.
Baby bird me, bitch. Baby bird me.
Yeah. Not too much sauce.
But I mean, that kind of goes into what was it said on what was it, Thor? You know, when you call it or you call it technology, some places call it magic. Over here, it's all the same shit.
Yeah. It only makes, see, that's the thing is, like, can you imagine if somebody from fucking 1850 showed up and you showed them you showed them earbuds? They'd be like, "You're a witch. You need to burn at the stake immediately."
Yeah.
Why? Because that's crazy. You're hearing voices through you're a witch. Those are your charms, and you hear voices of demons. That's what that is. That's like, it's very, very simple, right? So like,
I mean, if you look at it in anything, you know, there's an explanation all the way down to a certain point of everything. But then after that certain point, like honestly, and I mean, I think even Joe Rogan brought this up on one of his shows or whatever. Like, if I drop you off on an island with a hubcap and some tools, how long before you can make a cell phone? Like, do you even know how to make? Do you know how to make a microphone? Like, do you know how that? Like I know you can slap components together, but do you know how the sound magically slaps some of these components and then goes through these wires down into this laptop, and then gets all of a sudden it's over in another country,
right?
That's it.
Bro, whenever people are like, "Oh, how do you want to pay? Debit, credit, cash?" And I'm like, "Magic. I use a credit card." I'm like, "It's not real. None of it's real. So eat shit." Right? It's true. I don't know. It's very
What
weird.
else we got in the news over here? Yeah, that shit's been kind of still. You notice nobody gives a fuck about Epstein now. Now that I mean,
No,
even
they had fucking little pins on at the fucking State of the Union. Release the
What, to
file.
let people know that they were in the Epstein list?
To have them release the files.
Oh,
It was all
the
the
files have been released, bro. The files are released, and guess what?
I don't
Nothing's
care
going to
about
happen.
files. I want to know when we're going to get on the ball of correcting the issue here. Like,
Hey,
when
Greg,
are going to start dropping all that shit?
Greg, you're tuning in from the 70s every so often. I'm not sure what's going on over there. It's like,
well, I've seen a post earlier, and the dude was absolutely right. And it was this black kid who came out, and he was like, "So, all you conspiracy theorists, you have been proven right. Everything that you've been telling people for years, you've been right. So while you're patting yourself on the back, why don't you stop with your self-righteous bullshit and realize that what's going to be done now? So what? Now everybody knows you were right. What's going to be done? Nothing's going to be done. It wasn't done when the kids reported it back in the day. It wasn't done when you and the rest of the conspiracy theorists told people about it. It wasn't nothing done when the celebrities said something about it. And nothing is going to be done now.
No.
The only way anything was going to get done with these files over here in America is if Trump was in it. That was the only way. That was the only thing. That was the only way that if they find some ties with Trump, if they finally find that one little real string piece of because a lot of these people out here, oh, this and this and that, and they keep pulling up that fucking 2-decade-old fucking bullshit report from back in the day, you know, and all this other horse shit that if you look at it was like right the day before the election, all of a sudden all these fucking supposed shits come in. Everything unfounded. And you know it was all unfounded because these fuckers would be on that like fucking starving dogs on a bone. And if people can't fucking realize that, then you're a fucking idiot. You know, if there's some real ties, if there is some real something there, then maybe, you know, Trump might have to get sacrificed for everything else to fight. And that's sad. It's sad that you got to fucking go, you know, because they're just like the gun rights. Everybody, all the fucking left was against the guns. All of the left, get rid of the guns, get rid of the guns. Trump said he was going to take gun rights away from trans people. Now everybody is for the fucking Second Amendment. Can't take away the Second Amendment. He's allowed to have guns. He's allowed to. I mean, come the fuck on. And at this point, if Trump isn't playing the fucking game, which it seems like he is, then he's just as stupid as they are. Because this is the easiest way to manipulate this whole fucking, the whole left side. All right, well, anything that I want done, all I got to do is the opposite.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Of course. But that's just how it is, man. We're not going to see any sort of difference. We're not going to see any sort of happenings with this. It's just going to be what it is. And after all is said and done, look, all I know is, hey, if they're on the Epstein list, good, don't go near them. That's it. That's the best kind of information we got. Hey, and you know what? Don't vote. If they're on the Epstein list, don't vote for them. If you vote for them and they were on the Epstein list, you're a piece of shit.
Yep. Now, here's an odd thing that I learned today. Apparently, what is that O'Keefe kid? The one who had Project Veritas? Yeah, he was the one who used to send the chicks in and the drunk chicks in, or maybe a gay dude in, depending on the persuasion of the person, and get drunk with the people and then have them spilling the beans about important shit on camera. So apparently, I forget what the guy's name is. It might be better that I did. But he was a friend and a fixer for Prince Andrew. And he was fucking Fergie while Prince Andrew was in the Navy. He was out there. He was like drunk. You can see the bottle in front of him, and you can hear the girl just kind of goating him on talking. But
James O'Keefe.
Yeah, that's the dude who does the Project Veritas. So he this guy fucking, he was out there claiming fucking the Duchess's daughters, the two girls. He's like, those are my children. I raised them kids. Though they called me daddy. Andrew was off on in the Navy fucking little kids. I was like, whoa, this dude is gonna die. And apparently he was still working for the whole everything. Andrew didn't know anything about it after he got back from the Navy. But he said that he bought this big piece of land for him and Fergie to go, have their little rendezvous at and shit.
Hold on, with O'Keefe?
No, with this the O'Keefe was the dude who owns Project Veritas. He's
right.
The one who has these people go out and get these videos.
Yes, I'm with you.
So the guy, I forget what the guy's name was.
Oh, the guy. Okay, so let me find out who that is. Give me a second.
I don't know if you should say his name out there in Canada. They got something that might be a little sketchy on your end of the hemisphere.
It's the guy who allegedly with Fergie. Oh, that's Gergie. Fergie. Fergie while Prince Andrew was in the Navy. Okay. How much do we want to bet there's going to be nothing? Because I'm typing into Google. Oh, wait. Steve Wyatt.
Bald head guy? That don't seem like the right name.
Hold on. So the man Sarah Fergie Ferguson was allegedly with while Prince Andrew was away serving in the Royal Navy, particularly during the late 80s and early 90s, was Steve Wyatt. Who's Steve Wyatt? He's a Texas oil man and millionaire and son of a socialite, Lynn Wyatt. The affair reports indicate the relationship began around 1989 with Prince Andrew was away on naval duties, often leaving Sarah alone for long periods, sometimes seeing her husband for only 40 days a year. The relationship became public in January 1992, shortly before the Duke and Duchess of York announced their separation, when intimate photographs of Sarah and Wyatt were discovered.
No, that's not it.
I mean,
I could type in Project Veritas Prince Andrew. You're a lot faster typing.
Right, Steve Wyatt. Hold on. Steve Wyatt. No, Steve Wyatt's a good looking guy. Older, but yeah. Okay.
This is an
Okay,
older dude. He looked like a fucking coach from a kid's like soccer team or a football team. Like he wasn't.
Veritas. Oh, you said Prince Andrew?
Yeah.
Prince Andrew. Just keeps up coming on Dirty Pervert, but all right, maybe. Prince Andrew friend taped saying Royal effed underage girl with Epstein. No. Hold on.
Because he was talking about how pissed he was that he was lied to about the whole Epstein thing. Like he was the one who set up the scrub, how they changed Epstein's whole persona online. They even had his scrub. It's crazy. They ain't like fucking do it.
No.
Let me see if I can find it on. Because I watched it earlier, dude. It was fucking like this dude was I'm like, we're looking at a dead person right now. Oh fuck. So this is a headline that first popped up on fucking on the news here. War Cuba kills Americans, takes others hostage. Holy fuck.
Wow.
When was that?
That's in Cuba?
An hour ago.
Wow. All right. Well.
And now Matt Gaetz says there's a football field size object under the water.
Nice.
As Cuba is fucking killing Americans.
We're a little over time here. I'll be honest with you. I need to go.
Dina's like, all right, I'm fucking done.
Yeah. I've been overwhelmed with shenanigans today.
I'm gonna look up Project Veritas and I'll find you that video and send it to you.
So I looked up Project Veritas Prince Andrew, and it doesn't come up with immediate results. Let's say that.
Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, Project Veritas, right? Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. If you find it, let me know. I found something that I'm going to send to you as well. Apparently, there's a group that are invading New Jersey. That
I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. It's the Star Smurfs.
Let's go fucking invade a shit box.
To end everything on a note, because we'll probably be talking about this Monday too. Apparently, there's a couple senators trying to pass bills that will allow people just to go down and start shooting people in Mexico. We're allowed to pretty much make our own cartel. If this passes, make our own. I don't want to say cartels, maybe militia, maybe little gangs, to go down and start fucking shit up in
why would anybody want to do that?
Fun.
Dan, have you never shot? Hold on, Dan. Have you never shot a gun? It's very fun. Just an FYI.
There's a difference between having a gun, shooting a gun, and taking somebody's life with it.
I agree.
I'll tell you like I tell my kids.
I feel like that's a ranking. Hey, that was a bronze, then silver, and then gold, baby, of how you feel afterward.
It's just the way it is.
I don't know. I mean, when you're in the military, even when if from the time you sign up, them papers, even before you're handed a gun or a uniform, you're pretty much, you signed your name to be a murderer. I love our military and I will always support our military people, but we're the only ones that think they're heroes. If you look at the other side, we're a bunch of murderers, and that's how it is on everything. Nobody fucking gives the Nazis their credit, but the Germans, and they're not even allowed to say that. Nobody's given, any of the Russians their credit except the Russians. Nobody's giving, nobody's going to give two fucks about the Ukrainians except the Ukrainians. And everybody else will be murderers. So I mean,
this is not factual, okay?
You're talking about perspective.
I mean, at some point, I mean, is it murder or is it playing for your team?
It's
I mean, that's a lot deeper of a conversation, and I've just told you I need to poop. So I mean, probably not for tonight, but we can talk about.
So we're gonna leave on that note.
Yeah, we could talk about it tomorrow on mental health if you want. I'm down. Talk about
soldiers and PTSD.
Yeah.
I wish I got a friend who suffers from that. Actually, Greg knows him pretty well. I would love for him to come talk on one of the shows, but he can't. Nobody wants to.
Yeah.
That's a can of worms that has a chain and a padlock on it.
Yeah, couple chains. Couple of them.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But that being said, y'all, yeah, don't think the world ain't still on fire, because it is. Just everybody being quiet about it.
And we're running out of s'mores.
Yep. Gotta be good to each other and watch your asses. We're out.
Night, y'all.
later.